If you know something at this point, Brandon, just say it. If you know for sure and possibly got receipts, just say it. What is going on, my TV besties? Happy Monday, good evening, good night. It very well could be morning when you're watching this. So, good morning, good afternoon, if that's a possibility for you too. What's going on, y'all? Hey, I missed y'all. Though it's only been a couple of days, but I feel like when's the last time I posted a video? I feel like that was over the weekend. So, why am I acting like I have not been recording? All right, nonetheless, what's going on, y'all? It's Monday. As I advised y'all, we're going to be doing a new recap as our previous shows have gone off. As I stated, I wanted to do Basketball Wives. I was going to do Basketball Wives. So, let's go ahead and talk about it. But before we do, if you're new to all my new people, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead as well and bang the bell so you will get notified when I drop these good old videos. Because I want you to be in the loop. I always want you to know what's going on. Alright? Because I do TV recaps, I do vlogs, I enjoy beauty, lifestyle, fashion, all those type of things. So that is something that you will see here at this channel. And so if that's something you think you'll enjoy, you already know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe. Now, Basketball Wives, Season 10, Episode 1, because, like, they brought out some like I think it's fair to say that Tammy's not coming back to Basketball Wives, right? Evelyn, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe Evelyn might be kind of like maybe, just on personal opinion, but we brought out like some hitters from like how long has it been since we seen Duffy, Angel Brinks, like who else? First off, though, who's British? British got to be the new girl. If she's not the new girl, help me to figure out who this Brooke. Talk about British Brooke. Like, are you kidding me? And so now I'm just sitting here saying it British, British, British. Yeah, okay, so maybe I might do a little bit of research just to be nosy, just to make sure, because I really don't remember British like that. But yeah, so, of course, Jackie, like I said, Malaysia, Brandy is back. Like I said, Brooke, the girl British, Angel Brinks, and Duffy. So I want to say that's everybody, right? So, I not that I think, but Shawnee had basically made a statement, that basically just talking about, why why she continues to do, Basketball Wives and, whatever, whatever. And, she's basically saying that, at the all end of it, it's kind of like, they need that camaraderie. She feels that, that them having that is important, which I kind of agree. I agree with female camaraderie. Always for women's empowerment, women empowering each other because empowered women empower women. Yeah, catch that. So, I'm for it. Let's try to dial down. And for me, I feel like it's not okay. Like, at least coming from Jackie and Shawnee, that it's not like oh drama, drama, drama. It's like okay, we're a sister circle. Like we have to help each other and figure, like help each other and navigate, especially if we're having going through issues. And I just say that in the sense of Malaysia and Brandy. So I thought I was gonna be able to go in order, but since this is how I'm starting, let's just flow and just see how it go. So starting from there, first off, does it not seem like Shawnee is passing the torch? Like Jackie is like the main like if you like first off, you see Shawnee was not in that intro. And then at the end of the intro was Jackie. Okay? Like she was like I don't want to make it seem like she's leading or like whatever, 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 but like she's kinda like the head B, whatever, whatnot. But so nonetheless, Jackie's getting married. She celebrates her wedding every year. They didn't get to celebrate their 25th because of COVID. So, of course, they're doing their 26th. She's actually doing something different for Doug, with the colors. His favorite color is green, and she's wearing a green dress. Beautiful event. Everything's pretty. Everything's nice. So, everybody is walking in. Duffy, it has this fiance, this fiance with Iman. Um, Little did we know what that basically that Angel was hiding a pregnancy, and I was like, but one thing, and let me be clear though, let me I gotta give. Did I say Brandy? Because if I said Brandy, y'all, that's not what I meant. I definitely meant Angel, but Angel over here hiding pregnancies. But I just want to say that one thing about Angel, Angel always gives, and I feel like she's always so big and extravagant. That dress that she wore to Jackie's wedding, like if she was, she definitely looked pregnant from there. Like the black, like that was good because like it was was able to kind of hide it, but kind of from the angle, you might be able to see the bump a little bit. And then as well, um, like the big shoulders and just like and then even in her confessional and her interview she's like these wearing these big huge earrings, like she's so big and bold like with her her fashion and her style, and I just love it. I think Angel Brinks is just the cutest little thing. I hated how she ended up leaving. Not that it was a bad thing, but it was just a lot, which I totally get because these basketball wives can be a lot. So to focus on the situation at hand, because I know I might end up jumping around here or whatever, whatnot. You know, Angel is hiding a pregnancy. What else is going on with everybody? But either way, so one thing I definitely noticed, I know y'all noticed that Malaysia, everybody is all kiki, kissy face when they come into the wedding, except for Malaysia. Malaysia's like a good hey, 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 sat down to her seat, and then the facial expression on her face when Brandy walked in. And I'm glad Brandy checked it because it's like, sis, come on, like this is where I be at with it, because because I love Malaysia. Malaysia is definitely one of my faves. But one thing about it, your friend know you. Your friend know you. And so when she was like, when I was seeing that look, it was just like I know you, Malaysia, at the end of the day. But there is some things where it was just like I'd be basically like stuck in the middle between them two or whatever or whatnot. But so, you know, they're basically not speaking. Jennifer takes notice to the fact that they're not speaking when Brandy comes to the wedding. Brandy's, speaking to everybody, waves hey at well, hey, maybe that's why she was so upset. Maybe the hey was for Jennifer and for Malaysia at that time. And Malaysia really don't I don't think Malaysia really gave her 2 cents or whatever or whatnot. So of course Jennifer was like wait, what? So like y'all really like not talking, like y'all were best friends, like let's really like talk about this. Sis, like what is really going on with y'all? And Malaysia's like yes, we're very close, but we just there's no beef. We just haven't talked. We just don't communicate no more. Like, come on. Okay, that's cool and all. Thank you though, Brandy, for letting us know that y'all had fallen out because we knew there's no way. I didn't know like y'all are best friends this long, and all of a sudden y'all just don't get me wrong, life happens and life can send you into loaded, but to like go from not speaking at all for 3 years. No, something happened. Come on, y'all, something definitely happened. So by the time the reception comes, and make sure I try to be making some notes or whatever or whatnot. And that's what I mean by like, why did Brandy feel like, oh, I can't believe Malaysia didn't speak to me? Like, I just see that as all petty. Okay, is that because you spoke? Like, was that wave for both of them, or was that just like? And so, okay, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe that's why she felt like, because I was like, why does Brandy feel like she could have spoke too? Like, she could have just said hey, but that very well could have been her hey to both of them, not necessarily just Jennifer. Ash. So now I get why she was just like you don't want to speak, like, whatever, whatever, whatever. And so she decides to go over there to speak. And if that ain't the most, like, awkward, weird, it was so awkward between them. Like, like, what happened? I need to know. I need to know what happened because how do best friends who've known each other for over a decade end up like this? That you're awkward around your sis. Like, Malaysia look like she don't know what to say. Brandy looking like, so you gonna say something, like, and then she basically says, so you didn't know Wolf died. And I'm like, obviously Wolf, this Wolf person is a common person, to them both or whatever or whatnot, maybe a friend, but Wolf was Brandy's dad. And I genuinely felt that Malaysia genuinely did not know because her facial expression when Brandy said that Wolf had died, I don't see that as fake. I really don't think that she knew. She's like, oh, we have mutual friends. Maybe in your eyes they're mutual friends. Maybe y'all might know y'all might know the same people, but Malaysia might not see that person as a friend. Or possibly the mutual friends you talk about, Malaysia might not even actually talk to. So I did not like, and Brandy was not letting it go. She meant she was not letting it go. Like, you knew, you knew, you knew. She was like, I did not know. Like, I did not know. I did not know. And that this is basically like Brandy's like whole spill on, like, on Malaysia, her having what you call it, a personality flaw, character flaw, and she's petty, and then it's just like I genuinely felt like that child did not know. But either way, after that conversation, it rubbed the wrong way. And Malaysia was just like, at the end of the day, this is Jackie's event. Energy is off. I'm going to go ahead and go. And of course, Jackie wondering, like, what is going on? Why you're so abruptly leaving? She chases after her, kind of gets a tidbit like, hey, I'm not trying to do this with her, basically. I'm not trying to do this with Brandy, whatever, whatever, whatever. But obviously, like I said, that put them in a point of, all right, like now, Jackie and me, like whether, like, okay, what's going on? So basically, when Shawnee didn't end up making the wedding, so when her and Shawnee met up to go shopping for their boobs, mind you, for their men, right? They get to talking about the disconnect between Brandy and Malaysia, and everybody's like it again in shock because we're like, wait a minute, y'all were like this. Now y'all are literally going years without speaking, and both of them feeling like that's something that they're gonna have to maybe help a hand in and figuring out and getting that situation together, and as well again, even on my point, it sounds like Shawnee's gonna be here, but it doesn't necessarily sound like Shawnee's gonna be here. Maybe, it's like, okay, clearly Shawnee's the producer, so why do we even need to show her face on the intro? That could be it. Or as well, like I said, like she gonna be here, but like she ain't like gonna be like in. Like, she is in Texas from what it sounds like, spends a lot of time in Texas. So obviously she's gonna be doing, transporting back and forth, and then she got this new boo. Basically she was just telling, Jackie like she wasn't gonna be around. So she was leaving Jackie to pick up the pieces on stuff or whatnot. So they both basically at that point, was just like, well, I'm gonna, Sean was like that she was gonna end up having to sit, meeting up with Brandy anyway. And of course, Jackie had told Malaysia that they were gonna, sit down to get, have a sit down, after the wedding and all that with because of the Brandy situation. So when they both go and meet with, like they're both going through stuff. They're both going through stuff, okay? They're both going through stuff, personally. Malaysia, is dealing, with, trying to co-parent, with her children's father, all the while dealing with the fact that he doesn't pay child support, like he don't have the money. And then what made it worse is kind of like she's allowing it to happen. She realizing she allowing it to happen. I think that's what's really beating her up about it as well. And then on Brandy's side, like she's dealing with the passing of her dad, and and all that kind of stuff. So like, but it's kind of Brandy feels like the relationship has dissolved. She's good. I kind of feel like Malaysia feels like the same way, but as well, she was just like, I just been letting stuff ride because of everything that's been going on. I don't want to cause no more rifts. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Like, when it was, yes, it was so funny because when Jackie said, like, I need to talk to Malaysia, like, I could see it in her eyes. Like, I feel like it's definitely all over Malaysia's face that something is going on. And she is going through it or whatever or whatnot. And oh, I, 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 I didn't even make no predictions yet. It's just the first episode, so let's just talk about it in plain. But just to get off them for a second though, like I am genuinely happy for Shawnee. It you like I and I ended up seeing like a post of her and her man on Facebook, now that they got, the reels from Instagram coming over, and like just her even talking about him, like she genuinely sounds happy, like this could be, that one for her. And I'm just happy and I'm here for it. Even though it seems like everybody relationship's going right but my own, but go off, sis. So, um, off of them or whatever, whatnot, really quick. And uh, so Angel's baby dad, also boyfriend, is Rockstar, and Rockstar is he's a producer apparently, but he's not new to this reality TV game. Rockstar was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and he was the one like making all the drama and ruckus, especially between Lyrica and A1, and then like I think wasn't he the one producing a record for somebody and they really couldn't sing or something like it, and he put her on blast like it. He was a mess. He seems very calm. He seemed like he did calm down. Maybe that was just a persona that he was putting on, for the TV, for Love and Hip Hop. But I wasn't a big fan of him. So I wanted better for Angel, but this, whatever. So she's kind of worried because like she's hid the pregnancy, from everybody and worrying about how they're gonna feel, what they're gonna think. But as well, like she was going through something medically, which was why as well that they had chosen to, not tell about the pregnancy, just yet. So but and which I feel Rockstar on that point. Like, what you mean? If we worried about people getting mad, and that, like, yeah, that's a quick. You will get cut off because I personally decided to keep something personal in my life on hold, whether it was for a health reason or not. Be happy, congratulate me, and just move on. But nonetheless, it of course it didn't. It didn't even go down like that. As nobody was upset. But of course, like that's her worry or whatever, whatnot. And they talk about baby names. I actually like a Prince. I actually like a Prince Angel. When you said it, I was like, and then she's like, yeah, no, what? Like, oh, that was a joke. I like a Prince. Like, I thought, like, want the A name. He want the baby name to be Prince, a Prince. And then, well, that's if it's a boy, because he's assuming, Rockstar assuming that it's going to be a boy, but who said it was going to be a boy? But girls kick hard too. Just saying, Rock. Just saying, Rock. But go off. Then outside of Jackie and Doug, getting married again, basically kind of like renewing their vows. Basically, you might as well call it. Doug is actually, he's, continuing to still be able to thrive in a career, centered around basketball. So he is going to be coaching or is coaching for Sacramento, I do believe, and that's really what's kind of like what's going on with them, and Jackie just trying to understand like what that looks like and what that dynamic look like, and is he really that busy, because she's already kind of like seeing already that he does already kind of like have a busy schedule, and Malaysia is kind of like bro, yeah, all the time, like always busy, but after, even when season's over, he's still going to be busy, and I want to say, and I want to like really like put out there the fact that one, Jackie Christie, the one that these ladies would go so hard. And I ain't gonna lie, because I used to go so hard on Jackie. I had to learn. I not even that I learned, but I did. It was like Jackie. I didn't learn to love her. She grew on me. She started to grow on me. Her little crazy self, her crazy personality, and that man. From what I see, whatever seems to love her, and she's the one who's been married for 2 decades plus some. And while these women are just trying to figure out how to even keep a man, okay, keep the boyfriend, all right, or find the good man or whatever or whatnot. So I think yes, they should be looking at Jackie in a different light. You could say whatever, da da da, but if she got something right, sound like it was that marriage thing, you know. So um where we at here? So they ended up meeting up with them. We talked about that. Like they're both, checked out. Uh, Malaysia telling Jackie how the children's dad isn't paying child support. Like, but sir. So Jackie, I think, it was like end up having an event or like doing something. It was like inviting everybody. And, she does end up convincing. Why am I messing with this belt? I don't know, y'all, but that's what I'm doing right now. Jackie does end up convincing Malaysia to come to the little event, even though Malaysia was very reluctant because like she don't want, I don't, it seems like she just ain't want to continue to have any more pass-ins or run-ins with Brandy. Like she just looks mentally tired, like something is, yeah, like I think Jackie's right. She's like, I think she's holding something back, because like, yeah, something's going on, and I really want to know like what is this thing between her and Brandy. Have this, so I had the little event, and that's where Angel ends up telling the crew about her being pregnant. But it's kind of like at the same time, Angel won't know like will never like Angel was always little slim petite like little thing. How do y'all not see this little thing and think that something is not going on, that she is pregnant? Because even in the outfit that she's in, like she looking full on pregnant. Like from that angle that the camera got her at, like she looks that there's a belly there, okay? But hey, maybe you never know. You never know. Maybe you just don't ask. Maybe she really kind of it's a bump, but it's not a bump. So maybe her sitting down is making it look more But anywho, so like I said, well, even though they're not on the face of the intro, Nia and Nia and Noria, the sisters from last season that Jackie had, grown a friendship with, have, they're here. They're making their faces. So I think, we'll probably be seeing more, more of them here. Um, but of course, Malaysia does come, and maybe her energy was just a little bit off. And she ended up just saying something about her energy being off. And Brandy being Brandy. And don't get me wrong, because I know it's like you getting on Brandy, you getting on Brandy, because I be feeling like Brandy be picking. Like, why you need to like, because okay, right, that's what she was saying. She was like, because you're making it seem like, oh, it's your energy, when really like you're basically trying to throw shade and say people's energy is off. It's not necessarily, and it's like, no, it's about me. It's what I have going on. Like boom, they end up going to the side, having a conversation. Yes, please, please. They pull off to the side, and it seems like they're going to be able to work through the conversation. We're going to be able to to get through it. Brandy's like, like at the end of the day, like we know each other, we've been friends for years. Us not being able to speak to each other or not talk to each other, that's mad awkward. It made the setting awkward at the wedding. It's not making this setting awkward. Like come on. And she would basically felt like she technically didn't originally speak because she saw the look that Malaysia gave when she came in. And so then that put Malaysia, in a stance of, well, my feelings were hurt when you want to try to tell me that I knew about your father's death and I didn't. And still, still, Brandy's not letting it go. Brandy's not letting it go. She's back to, we have mutual friends. Okay, all right, like, be fair, Ashley. Try to see things on both sides. Be fair. Like we have mutual friends, you know, like we like she like and Malaysia like made a point of like talking about like COVID. Like you had COVID and I didn't know. I went off like why would I play about your father's death? But Brandy really is quite sure that this child knew in some way about her father's passing, and as just in being petty, decided not to reach out or whatever. And even still, because she's like, oh, you know, don't let your ego in, don't let your ego in win. And I'm like, oh my God, just she. If you know something at this point, Brandy, just say it. If you know for sure and possibly got receipts, just say it. Don't keep pointing and accusing this child and then like you like I don't like it. I don't like it. And as well, I hate when I really don't know all the info because then I don't have to. I don't have to. But I sometimes it'll be on one side, and I don't want to be one side. I want to see all things from perspective. So she called that said that child had a character flaw again, and Malaysia made it clear if she came back at her about her character, she was gonna be done. She's gonna check out the conversation. But they hit us with a to be continued, y'all. So we gotta wait till next week to figure out how that conversation went. But even just looking at the previews from the, you know, looking at the entire previews for the entire season, like this is gonna be eventful. This is gonna be interesting. This situation with Malaysia and Brandy is not gonna die down anytime soon. Um, yeah. So you already know what to do. Talk to me. Talk to me. Drop me down some comments. Let me know what your thoughts were, what you're expecting, what you think about their relationship. This going on between Malaysia and Brandy. Like, do you feel like Malaysia is being petty? Do you feel like she did know whatnot? Like, let's talk about it. Make sure I get in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out of the door. And I hope y'all have a good night. Peace.